Come to me. Come to me. A guardian angel. A spirit of comfort. Spirit of any celestial sphere. Anything. Hear my call. Come to me.
Hello, it's Cadaver here. After a long time of no episodes, no recording, 2025, first episode of 2025, a rather late one. If you've seen the title, you know where I'm going with this. Today's episode is going to be about Nosferatu 2024, directed by Robert Eggers. I will get into the chat about the movie, but in a minute. But I wanted to just address that I'm going to try to upload more. I've kind of made myself a layout of what films I wanted to talk about for the podcasts and what things I wanted to do moving forward. I really had to go back to the drawing board because I was starting to get discouraged, and I started to feel like, nobody really cared about this, and I started really getting my head about it. But what really matters is that I want to do this, and it's something that I think would be fun to do. So I just gotta stop beating myself up over something so small or not important. Because if I'm having a good time, that's all that matters. And so yeah, and the fact that people want to listen to more episodes. I had somebody mention when I was going to come back. Are you going to be uploading a new episode soon? I just listened to the Terrifier one, and I was like, wow, okay, so if you're listening, it's here. I have a new episode. It finally happened. This is going to be episode 5, I believe. I could be wrong. But yes, today we are going to be talking about Nosferatu. So, this tale of the vampire, this creature, this predator, blood-sucking predator, it's been told so many times, but in many different ways. I mean, I have a few of my favorites of this creature, those versions of this creature. You got the Lost Boys, it's one of my favorites. Fearless Vampire Killers with Sharon Tate. She's just so beautiful in that movie. 1979's Nosferatu was a good favorite of mine for a minute. I had it on VHS, and when I first watched it, I thought it was the most beautiful vampire movie I had seen in a long time. Isabella Johnny was just so mesmerizing in it, and along with Klaus Kinski, is that what his name is? Yeah, Klaus Kinski. He was Count Orlok in that movie, and he wasn't the most good-looking vampire, and I think we'll get to that with this new one. But that movie was like I'd mentioned, like along with Isabella Johnny being so mesmerizing in it, it was just so beautiful. It was very, very visually pleasing with the use of the shadows and um, the colors. It was so gloomy and dismal and slightly erotic. I think like the bite scene in that movie is probably one of my favorites. My favorite scenes in the Nosferatu films that we have. No, nothing can top that one, honestly. And as much as I really enjoyed the one that's in the 2024 film, I I think 1979 version just has a special place in my heart. Um, and if I could, I would get a moment from that scene tattooed on my body because it's just so amazing to me. um, so I really, when I was really excited for this when Robert Eggers announced that he was going to be working on it, and when they finally announced the release date for it, I hyped myself up and this movie up so much because I was like, Robert Eggers is so good at doing period pieces. This is gonna be a banger. I look forward to it. I'm gonna pre-order tickets to see it. Like, I was excited as well. So on Christmas Eve, I went to go see it. I got some popcorn. I dressed really nice. This was a little date for myself on Christmas Eve. So I went in and I was not disappointed. It was a treat for my eyes. I think it brought everything that I loved about the other versions of the film into this one. And just with the technology that we have today, the capabilities that we have with makeup and cinematography and lighting and set design, just everything. Everything. I think everybody who worked on this film, not only did they work their ass off, but they did a great job at at making this film. And the use of the shadows, like, oh, nothing can top that hand going over the city in that film. And at first, it was the whole scene with um, Nicholas Holt, I think that's his name, in the middle of the forest during this like snowstorm, or it's like it was snowing outside, and that carriage is coming for him. It was just very ominous and dark, and it looked so amazing. It looked so amazing. And I remember I looked at it and I was like, damn, that looks good. That looks so pretty. Like, it's so nice to look at. And I I loved it. I loved it so much. And just this, like, going back to the set, just I've been mentioning again that Robert Eggers just does period pieces so well. And with The Witch, I loved the period that he set The Witch in. It was kind of a slow burn. The Witch was kind of a slow burn, and um, I mean, it didn't make me not like it. I loved it, and the period that they used it in was great. I loved the shadows. Like, he's just good with using shadows and like making shit look very ominous. I think it's just a bit. I don't know how else to put it, but in Nosferatu. I was not disappointed at all in the way that they made this film. The makeup was really good. I do like the way that Count Orlok looked. I know the mustache, the TikToks that came from this movie, the memes, you know. there's there's a lot. I have a sense of humor, I wasn't rallying to defend this movie every time somebody said something bad about it, or every time somebody had an opinion on the way Count Orlok looked. I'm like, like, I know it's kind of not what you expected, but and I felt the same way when I first saw it too. I was like, that mustache was a choice. That mustache was a choice. But as I paid more attention to the surroundings and where he's from, it made sense to me, and it grew on me. I mean, I wasn't like, I love him, I love it, but it made sense for his character. And I love the way that they made him look corpsey. Like, you looked at that vampire and you're like, he is a stinky man. Like, he stinks. He's rotting. Like, there is no amount of blood that you could feed that man that'll make him look any better. Like, I I I loved it. I really enjoyed it because I don't think there's a lot of movies out there, vampire movies to be more specific, that have made the vampire look more like a corpse. And if there are, please let me know, because on the fly, I can only really think of maybe The Hunger and what else? Um, but I think The Hunger is when they don't feed. They like just decay over time. It's been a minute since I've seen it, so I could be wrong. You could correct me if you need to, but from the top of my head, I can't think of any other film that has done that. And I do want to also bring up that I like that they made him feed directly from the chest. Like, he bites on your chest instead of your neck, because I mean, it took away that slightly erotic, like, the erotic take on the vampire where he just seduces you and it looks like he's nibbling on your neck, but he's eating you from your neck. And he's just like a rat. Like he's just like vermin. Like he's like a parasite. He latches onto you and he sucks the blood from your chest cuz your heart is there. So I'm assuming like that's a good spot, you know. It's I like that. I liked that take on it. And I don't think there's never been a movie that's done that either. Like there's never been a movie that has or never been a vampire movie that had the vampire sucking like that or eating like that. Um Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've seen, I think that was a first for me. And he was just down bad. He was just down bad for Ellen, and he was gonna take away anything that stood in his way to let him get to her. Which, damn. Like, if I found out my husband signed my life away for money and not really paying attention to what he was signing, and he sold my soul to that man, I would have not. I would have not had done what Ellen did. Mm-mm. But I mean, it's a. What else does she have? Like, she doesn't really have any other choice. And she still loves him, so maybe I'm just petty. But a lot of people were saying that they couldn't really take Ellen's character seriously when she was like possessed by him and stuff, and I definitely understand. Like, I was just like, "Damn girl, you going crazy? Like, you're possessed, you're going off. Like, this man got a chokehold on you." And I can see how she got her inspiration from Isabella Johnny in Possession, and she went all out. And for some scenes, it worked, but the main scene where like her tongue's all out and she's drooling and stuff, it didn't really do it for me. I wasn't sitting pointing and laughing, but I was just like, I wouldn't have done that. But I mean, it's not my role. Like, I'm not acting in this movie, so I mean, I just took it for what it was. Um, what else was I going to mention about that? I also wanted to bring up just this take that I got from this movie and Ellen's character in particular. One of my favorite things about the original Universal Monsters movies, at least with some of the original ones, love seems to be the central point in these characters' lives. They're lonely, like they want to be accepted and loved, and or they want their lover or something. Like they just want to fill that hole, that loneliness inside of them, that just wants to be accepted in some form. And I mean, you see that mostly in Frankenstein. The monster just wants to be accepted. The monster is so curious to find out what's around him, and there's nobody who's willing to teach him and show him better. So, when watching Nosferatu, I I kind of felt, and I could be just crazy, it could be just a reach from me, and maybe I'm hoping that you see it and you're like, and you watch the movie again from my perspective that I had, and you get it. But I believe that Ellen's character, or Ellen, was the monster in this case. Like, Ellen just wanted to be loved. She desired connection and acceptance, and she summoned this creature. And she tells Jonathan, I think that's his name in the movie. It's been a minute. Forgive me. I'm dumb. She tells him, like, I was just so alone, like I was so scared, like I just wanted somebody to love me and to see me, and I summoned him, I prayed for him, and he came to me during this time, and now he's always there, like he's never left me. And he's trying to, I mean, he's trying to keep her. He's down bad for her. Like he's like, you summoned me, and she's like, you cannot love. Like, it's not in your. He's like, I can't love, but I have an appetite. And I don't know. I I think that Ellen was the monster in this situation, and she just desired that connection. So she did what she could to have it, and it backfired on her. And I don't know. That's just what I took from it. I mean, I could just be reaching, but it made me look at it differently. This gothic tale, and the ending. Oh, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows. Like, it's been months now. Everybody's heard what everyone has to say about this movie at this point, and I'm late. I'm sorry. I'm late to this train of talking about this movie. But I wanted to say it, and I wanted to get what I've been having in my head out. So if it doesn't make any sense, I'm sorry. I liked it. I liked this movie. It was really long, but totally worth it to me. There's a lot of people that I talked to about this movie who either didn't really like it or they just they just thought that like Count Orlok's look really killed it for them. And I mean, everybody has their own opinions. Not everybody's gonna like what you like or what I'm not gonna like everything that you like, or you're not gonna like everything that I like or things that I say, and I'm not gonna crucify you for it. Like, I feel like I'm just easy to please, but this movie really did a lot, and I was rooting for it at the Oscars. Like, when the Oscars were on, I was like, Nosferatu did so well, like with its layout and the music. Oh, the music was so beautiful, and I was just hoping that it would win something. And I was hoping that horror would get its name out there. And it did with The Substance, thank God. I'm so happy that The Substance won stuff at least, because we need to start getting horror recognized at these events. It's about time. It's been a long time coming, and we've had the special effects makeup crews and make special effects makeup artists winning the Oscars for a minute now, but we need more horror in there. We gotta start poking sticks at them and telling them, like, you better put this horror movie in the Academy because that shit was amazing. You better fucking do it. Um, but Nosferatu was good. I liked it. I went out of my way to buy a vinyl for it, and I didn't even have a record player. So it wasn't until they actually shipped out the record that I finally bought the record player, and I don't regret it. And I think my favorite on there at the moment is Once Upon a Time. That music box tune. Oh, beautiful. Oh, and that opening. Oh, I'm all out of order as far as my talking points, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about this movie. And I've had my fair share of favorite vampire films, and some of them were hits to people, and some of them they never want to see them again. And I get it. And I don't expect everybody to like Nosferatu. There was just things I loved about it, and when I watch it, it's just nice to look at and nice to hear that score and appreciate the things that I've mentioned. I don't know. I would love to hear what you guys thought about it, though. So if you guys have me on Instagram, it's at delicate.cadaver. You can tell me about it. You can send me an email at cadaverchatter@gmail.com. These things are in the podcast description, not the episode description, but the podcast description. There is a link tree there that has the email, my Instagram, the YouTube channel. It has everything. I'm going to be attempting to put the Cadaver Chatter episodes on YouTube so that if you wanted to listen there, you can. But that's a work in progress because I'm also doing my gaming stuff as well. Currently, as far as that goes, if you follow me on Twitch, I'm going to be doing this thing where I play games that are centralized around this theme of taking you to this dark Wonderland-esque world. And this main character being stuck in a situation that she wants to escape from. Her escape is just this weird place that you wouldn't have expected to be taken to. And we're starting with Fran Bow. So, upon recording this episode, I will have already uploaded the first episode of the Fran Bow playthrough that was recorded from my Twitch channel when it was live. So, I just exported it to YouTube so it's there to be watched if you wanted to watch it. And I'm going to try to do it every Wednesday, and if I can fit it in another day, I will, and the stream schedule will be updated for it. But if not, if that's not your cup of tea, I have a list of movies that I do want to talk about moving forward, and even some collaborations that I'm going to be doing. We're going to be doing an episode soon for something, it's not horror movie related, but it's more horror story related, and you'll get more info on that when it's time. But till then, I just wanted to upload this episode, not video, sorry. I wanted to upload this episode because it's been sitting on my notes for a long time, and I'm like, Delicate, you gotta get that shit out there. You gotta stop being discouraged. You gotta stop being a chicken and just fucking do it and have a good time. So until next time, I hope you guys you have a good day, good night. I hope that this episode found you well. Did you hear that? My voice kind of cracked. I hope this episode found you well, but I will be spewing some more nonsense to you guys soon. See ya. Have a good one.